Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Monday morning. It's Glenn Kellaway from the basement. Um, Yesterday, on Sunday, my good friend Robert Hagerman from Robert's on My Turntable. Make sure you're subscribed to Robert's channel if you're not. He's an awesome guy, got a great channel. We went out together yesterday to a record show in Oshawa, Ontario, which is about an hour and 10-minute drive from us. Started at 10 in the morning. We got there right at 10 when maybe 10 to 10 before it started, and there was a lineup. We were probably in a lineup with like 75 people, maybe more. And then we got in there, and it was a fairly big room. I'd say there was at least 40 to 50 vendors. I could be wrong, but somewhere around that mark. And it was pretty manageable. There wasn't, out of 100 people, there was enough room. It was a pretty big room, so you could comfortably look at records and stuff. But in a matter of an hour, this place was so packed. We left around 11:30 because you couldn't look at anything. It was insane how many people were in this room. Um, I guess that's kind of a tribute to the popularity of music, being able to hold physical media in your hand as opposed to streamers. No streamers in the crowd. Um, and Yeah, it was pretty cool. We got a lot of stuff. I'm sure Robert's going to do a video showing what he got, but I want to do a video showing you what I picked up. So first off, always a big fan of this album, and I have it on CD but not on vinyl. Joni Mitchell's Blue album. So I was really happy to find it at a pretty good price because anytime I seem to see it in the wild, it's 30, 40 buck album for some reason. And I got it for like 12 bucks or something. My ever continuing fall down the rabbit hole of prog continues. One of the best bands I've discovered in the last few months is Camel. I absolutely love them. Their album Mirage is fantastic. I've been looking for this one. It's called Rain Dances. The reason I like this one is because it has Mel Collins in the band, and Mel Collins I'm a big fan of from his work with King Crimson. He's an amazing brass player, saxes and whatever else. Incredible player. So I'm really looking forward to hearing Camel's Rain Dance album. It's on the Janus label. All these records are in very good condition. Barclay James Harvest. I've never listened to Barclay James Harvest, and found this yesterday too. I should say, after we were finished at the record show, we went for lunch. Robert bought me lunch in exchange for me doing all the driving with the price of gas. Pretty well evened it out, I think. But thanks, Robert, for buying lunch. I don't know if I thanked you or not. But after the record show, we went to this store that I always go to in Oshawa called Deja Vu Discs, where you can buy vinyl there. They've got vinyl, it's just sitting there. There might be like 1,000 titles all piled into a rack, and you got to go through them all. They're not organized at all, and then they're in various conditions from very poor to near mint. Every record is $7, so you got to do some major picking. But one of the records I found was Barclay James Harvest, the time-honored Ghosts. So I'm interested in hearing this because I know nothing about this band. It's on the Polydor label. So we'll check that out. This is another album I picked up at Deja Vu Discs. It's the only Ry Cooder album I think I don't have on vinyl that, of all the essential ones, is Into the Purple Valley. This is, I think, Ry's second album. I've always been a fan of this album. Had it many years ago on vinyl, of course, and do have a CD, but yeah, again on the Reprise label. Okay, next. Led Zeppelin's father, Jeff Beck Group, Truth, Jeff Beck. I love this album. Again, I have it on CD. I've had it on vinyl my whole life. Love it. Found a great copy, again, for $7. Now, the cover It's a bit ragged, but I don't care. I was happy to find it. One day maybe I'll find a cover that's in better shape. But the record looks absolutely mint. Alan Price. Anybody aware of Alan Price? He was in The Animals. He was the keyboard player. I was always a fan of a soundtrack he did. Stanley Kubrick's movie following A Clockwork Orange was called Oh Lucky Man. And Alan Price did the soundtrack recordings for it. And it's a great soundtrack album. There's some great songs on it. But I've never heard anything else by Alan Price. And I found this at the record show for $2. So I'm just giving it a shot. I don't know what it's going to be like, what kind of music it's going to be. But the man is a pretty talented guy. So we'll see. I bought that one on spec for $2. King Crimson. I'm a big King Crimson fan, and one album that I wanted to add to my collection on vinyl, which I don't have, is Discipline. So there it is. Always loved that cover. Yeah, Warner Brothers. Discipline, King Crimson. Another Camel album. I've not heard this one and not aware of how it is at all. Moon Madness, Camel. And two more to go here. Another prog band that I found out about and haven't heard yet, and they all tie into the Canterbury scene with Richard Sinclair and Kevin Ayers and Caravan and all that stuff, is National Health. So I was surprised to find this album, actually. It's on the Visa Records label. This should be interesting. Dave Stewart is another name that's familiar to people who are into that scene. And Larry Graves is going to be very proud of me this morning. John Anderson's Song of Seven. Larry gave me the CD as part of our CD exchange, and I loved it. And I keep meaning to pick up the CD, and I found the vinyl for $7. So I was very, very happy. Now, I found a vendor at the record show who was selling CDs, and he had 3 cardboard boxes full of them, and it just said prog, all prog related stuff, and he had some amazing titles in there, and he wanted 3 for $25, which is a pretty good deal for these CDs because they go for half decent money. And I took 4 CDs, and he sold them to me for $30. So $7.50 each, or whatever it worked out to. So again, all kind of related to that whole Canterbury scene. Shooting at the Moon, Kevin Ayers, and The Whole World. Now this is this CD. I listened to it yesterday. It goes from being a total mess to being a total masterpiece. I don't know how I really feel about it. Some of it I'm really uncomfortable with, and I don't think I'm going to like, and other parts of it I just go, wow, that's so good. So I'm not sure how much enjoyment I'm going to get out of this one. Here's the one that blew me away. I got home and played this yesterday. One of the best albums I think I've ever heard in my life. This band's called Wobbler. Now, if you go on my buddy Scott's channel, the Prog Corner, Scott did a video on Wobbler's albums, and this is amazing. Hinterland, it's called. I am absolutely loving this. Loving it. They're from Norway. What a band. Looking for more. Arthur Brown. I'm a huge Arthur Brown fan. The Crazy World of Arthur Brown, Arthur Brown's Kingdom Come. I just think the man is a friggin' genius, and I love those albums so much. I found this one. It's called The Crazy World of Arthur Brown. It came out, I believe, in the 80s or 90s. It's a later album from some relative to his Fire stuff and everything from '68. He resurrected the name Crazy World of Arthur Brown, and I'm not sure why he did this with this album, because this is almost like a singer-songwriter album. It's acoustic guitar, a bit of cello, tiny bit of electric guitar and bass. That's basically it. Very sparse arrangements, and Arthur's incredible vocals, and the songs are kind of introspective. It's I'm going to call it a singer-songwriter album, but it's really, really good. Now, if I had to complain about it at all, is it's a bit samey. So after a while, you're kind of going, okay, like, switch it up a bit here. Like it's once you've kind of got through half of it, you start to get maybe a little bit bored. I'm not sure, but all the songs are great. It's really good, really good. And finally, Richard St. Clair, who was in Camel, he was in Caravan, he was in, I don't know, all these bands. Big part of the whole Canterbury scene. He's got solo albums out. I have one called RSVP, which I really love. Very quirky, very whimsical, not heavy at all. I almost poppy in a way, like prog pop, I'm going to call it. But here's one called Caravan of Dreams. Again, really interesting album. It sounds great. It's just a really interesting album that I think is going to be one of those that just grow and grow on you as you keep listening to it. So that's it. That's what I picked up. Yeah, so I'm going to spend some time listening to all this great music. I do want to say thank you. I started a series on the decade from 64 to 74, and it's getting an amazing response, and I really appreciate that. In the next couple of days, I will put up part 2. So everyone have a wonderful Monday. Peace out. Love you all. Thank you for the support. Please subscribe. Please ring the bell. Please push the like button. Please make your comments because I love talking back and forth with you all. Take care.